willkommen auf Passives Einkommen mit Peer-to-Peer. Und heute mit dem Interview mit dem Kredit Pintar CEO in Jakarta. Und da bin ich mal sehr gespannt, was ihr dazu sagt, auf euer Feedback etc. Die Timestamps zu den einzelnen Fragen findet ihr unter dem Video. Und ansonsten lasst mir auf jeden Fall ein Abo für den Kanal da und bis später.
Yeah, welcome to Kredit Pintar office. We are now in Treasury Tower, which is the central business district in Jakarta, one of the most luxury area in Jakarta. And Kredit Pintar office is in 53rd floor. We just recently moved in to this office, like early this year.
Mhm.
And well, Kredit Pintar is basically a Indonesian peer-to-peer company. We are legally receive our registered letter from the Indonesia Financial Authority by April 2018.
Mhm. That means you are officially regulated by the Indonesian government?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And we have been operating almost 2 years in Indonesia. And as of now, we are one of the most dispersed loan in Indonesia industry, peer-to-peer industry. We disperse the most in this industry.
Okay.
And we are very happy to have lenders from Europe, especially the loan originated to Mintos. And we are hoping to receive more and more loans, funds from Mintos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. You have also direct competitors. They are also on Mintos, right? For Indonesian loans, it's I think Cashwagon. I don't know if you
Right.
have another one.
Yes.
What is the difference between Kredit Pintar, for example, and the
Yes.
Cashwagon loans in Indonesia?
Yeah. So, well, our people we have a very strong background in IT. We are starting this business from IT to finance. So we already have a master IT and we are learning finance now. It's a bit different compared to other competitors. They're starting from the banks, from multi-finance, and they start learning IT from finance.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And you are
that's
coming
why-
from the other direction.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And one of the very strong value that we have is we are utilizing the artificial intelligence and also machine learning in our credit models. So as of today, we disburse like more than 15,000 loans per day with only less than 30 credit analysts.
Wow. Okay.
Meaning like 99% of our loans are assessed by the machine, by the robots,
Okay.
which makes the process fast, efficient, and cheap.
Okay.
Yeah. Our borrowers, when they want to have a loan from us, if you counting from the second when they install our app to disburse the money, it happened less than 30 minutes. Which that's our value. We want to provide a fast loan, cheap loan, and a better loan. Yeah.
So that means from the borrower side, they have an application on their smartphone,
Correct.
and they can completely do this process over the smartphone.
Correct. Yes.
So they have how the process works. So they have
Well,
at their
first they need to have a smartphone
yeah, of course.
and connection, internet. They go to Google Play Store to download our apps, Kredit Pintar, and install. After that, we will ask their information such as phone numbers and the ID cards.
And they put it in the camera and scan
yeah.
it. Okay.
And we'll ask them to take a selfie and take a picture of the ID. Yeah. After that, we will ask a few other informations such as basic informations, residential informations, education informations, employment informations, and income informations. And from there, we will assess the creditworthiness of the borrowers. And well, that's it. That's if they are eligible, they get approved and dispersed.
Okay, and how you prove the customers? So what is the process behind?
All right, yeah, after they click submit, we will receive all the applications, and we will assess the applications automatically using our engine.
Yeah.
We have more than 500 metrics
Okay.
to determine somebody creditworthiness.
Okay. Can you tell us more? Maybe the three most important
Sure.
facts?
I will give you one example. Well, if you look at the traditional banks, when someone applies for a loan through banks, the banks will do verification. If they want to do the address verification, they will visit the address and ask people who live there whether this person also live in there, and they also ask the neighbors whether this person actually live in this address. What we do is similar, but then we use GPS locations, and we will match the GPS locations to the address that they fill in. If the location of the GPS and the address they fill in is matched between 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., meaning the residential address is true, it's verified, they live there. That's one example.
Okay.
Yeah, and the next example is when we want to verify somebody monthly income or the power of expense. We also look at the social media data, telco data, and alternative data. If someone spend $50 per month to top up their cell phones, it has better worthiness than someone who top up only $1 per month for
okay,
for
makes
credits,
sense.
right?
Yeah.
So that's one of the metrics we use to determine someone ability to pay back the loan.
So that sounds like your development team is much bigger than your loan analyst team, right?
Right. Yeah. Our IT people in here is almost 100.
And 30 loan analysts. So,
It's very small. It's less than 50, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. And how many employees you have here right now at the Kredit Pintar?
Well, in Indonesia, we have 4 offices, all in Jakarta. So this office is our headquarters. People who work in this office mainly is business, HR, legal, marketing, BD, and management. In other offices, we have call center, desk collections, customer service, and also the telesales, telemarketing. Look, if we look at the process, the underwriting process can be automated, but then the collection process is still, we haven't found a way to automate the collection process yet.
Yeah.
Right? So it's this business actually is heavy on the collections. We have more than 400 people on collections. Well, overall, how many people we have? Roughly around 700 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And talking about your typical customer, who is it? So how many, how much is his income and where he lives and so on?
So if you look at the gender, it's actually quite balanced. Around 42% is male and 48% is female. In terms of the monthly income, most of our customer, I think it's around more than 65% of our customer have a median income of 4 million rupiahs, which means
I think in euro it's 200, 240, something like this.
Probably small in euro, but in Jakarta, meaning it's the minimum wage. Minimum wage in Jakarta area. If you look at the other smaller city, they have even lower wage. Which means most of our borrowers have a very, very healthy income, and they have a very good ability to pay back the loan.
Okay, so the customers, how they get their money? So they have the application for the assessment and so on, but how they get their money? Do they have a bank account?
Today, we will transfer the money to their bank accounts.
They have all bank accounts?
Yeah.
Or?
As of today, all of our customers must have bank accounts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not possible to get a loan from Kredit Pintar if you don't have a bank account.
Yeah, as of now, yeah. But we are exploring to those unbanked population, exploring a way how to disperse the money without bank accounts. Yeah, probably through the offline agents or the mini market in Indonesia. It's a huge mini market chain in Indonesia, Alfamart, Indomart. So those are one of the channels we are exploring now.
And how you gain new customers? You make some advertisement online or offline?
Most of our advertisement are digital.
Yeah, because I never saw some sign here with Kredit Pintar or something like this.
Yeah,
it's completely online.
Yeah, completely online. It's easy to track, easy to measure. Basically, everything is tracked if it's digital.
Yeah, it's really crazy because I visited Barks AM before in Armenia, and there it's completely opposite. So it's 95% maybe the whole business is offline, and only a small percentage is online.
Yeah,
they have branches in the city, and the people go in and get their money. Here it's completely opposite.
Yeah. We are actually exploring the offline marketing, but then it's just very hard for us to track the efficiency and how many customers are applied for a loan because seeing our offline ads.
Yeah. But is it possible to get a loan also offline, or is it not possible with Kredit Pintar?
As of today, not yet.
Yeah.
But we are moving towards offline.
Okay. Yeah. And do you have more competitors than Cashwagon in Indonesia, or is it the only big one?
In Indonesia, there are 127 registered, regulated peer-to-peers.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And Kredit Pintar, Cashwagon is only two of those. Well, is the market dense yet? I don't think so, because if you look at the Indonesia yearly credit gap is nearly 1,000 trillion rupiahs per year, and the whole peer-to-peer industry only fill up 45 trillion since 2016 until now. So there are still a lot of room for to take a lot of opportunity to take. So I'm hoping that there will be more and more fintech who are actually can be more creative, have a unique business models to fill in the gap.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have in Indonesia some cap of the interest rate from the government?
Yes. So Indonesia is quite unique. So the government, OJK, we call it OJK in here, is they appointed one association to be the bridge of the players and the government. And this association is actually an self-regulated organizations. So we have OJK policy and we have this code of conduct of the associations. And yes, the interest cap is regulated under the association code of conduct. It's 0.8% per day.
Per day.
Max, cannot be more than that.
And maybe talking about the average loan from Kredit Pintar, what the borrower, what has he to pay?
Yeah, the minimum ticket size we have is 600,000 rupiah. And the maximum now is 8 million rupiahs.
Okay.
The average ticket size is, I think, around 1.1 or 1.2 million.
Okay.
Yes, around 70-80 USD.
And what about the interest rate the borrower has to pay?
Yeah, the average interest rate, I think it's around 0.5% per day.
Per day?
Yeah.
Okay. And the average loan is something about 7 to 14 days, right?
The average tenor, actually, it's 1 month now.
1 month?
Yeah, we are keep upgrading our customer to have a longer tenor.
Okay.
Yes.
And what about your actual loan performance at Kredit Pintar? So how many defaults you have in percentage?
It's quite satisfying for me.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. In fact, our loan performance, our default rate is one of the lowest in cash loan in Indonesia.
Okay.
I cannot say exact numbers.
Okay.
But I can give you a range. It's under 10%. It's basically single digits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Under 10% is really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Indonesia is quite good. If you look at other peers, I have seen 30%, 40% default rate.
Mm-hmm.
That's helpful. Yeah, I think in terms of the loan performance, we are one of the best in the industry. Yeah.
And if we look in the streets of Jakarta, I could imagine that you have also some problems with fraud, maybe.
Fraud, yeah, a lot of frauds, true. But then we work with to prevent the fake ID. Mm-hmm. We work with the digital signature provider. So the digital signature provider, they have access to the digital ID database, which we can actually verify whether this KTP is fake or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is first. Second is in Indonesia we have heard a lot of over leverage loans. Somebody, they apply loan in my platform, and the next day they go to their platform,
mm-hmm.
and then they go to their platform, and all being approved and dispersed.
Mm-hmm.
And they are not able to pay back all the loans because it's over leveraged by the peer-to-peers.
Mm-hmm.
So now what we use is we are working with the credit bureau, actually, to check whether this person has already applied a loan in
mm-hmm.
other platforms, and that's one way to prevent common fraud in Indonesia.
But do you have a register together with other platforms where you can track all the customers?
Yes. Yeah.
And all peer-to-peers have access to this database?
Yes, actually, this database is governed by the regulators,
mm-hmm.
and it's actually being developed. It's not finished yet.
Okay.
But then few peer-to-peers, few platform who are chosen
mm-hmm.
to be the on the pilot project of this database can access.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. When you say the average loan runs around 1 month, when you are starting with the debt collection?
Well, we start debt collection on overdue 1, actually. After the overdue 1 day, we start calling our borrowers, like reminding
mm-hmm.
our borrowers to pay back the loan.
And what is the process behind the debt collection? So you call the borrower, and if he is not responding, what is the next step?
Well, we keep calling first.
Yeah. So
calling.
every day.
The borrowers and the emergency contact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So on delinquency 1 to 30, we have debt collection agents to call, and on delinquency 31 to 90, we have field collection to visit their addresses.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so that's basically the process.
And let's talk a little bit about Mintos. You sell a lot of loans to Mintos. How much is the percentage of your whole loan portfolio you sell to Mintos?
We are trying to push as much as possible. Yeah, we're trying to push as much as possible.
To Mintos?
To Mintos, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the percentage, I don't remember, but then I think it's less than 50%. Yeah, it's not major.
Okay. Yeah. Then an interesting question: what would happen if Mintos would say, no, we can accept Kredit Pintar loans anymore? Would it be a big problem for you if they stop?
I think again, I think Big problem, yes or no? I think yes.
Yeah.
Because Mintos loan originated to Mintos is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I see the mutual benefit in these corporations, and I don't see any reasons to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's like Amazon, right?
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
for peer-to-peer loans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you sell the loans to Mintos. Can you say, or can you tell us a little bit more how Mintos charge you for the loans? Is it per loan or is it a fixed charge? Or was it...
We have. I don't think I can disclose the terms we have with Mintos.
Yeah.
I think for that question, it would be better if the Mintos who answer that question, not us.
Yeah, they every time told me, they don't have to pay so much. Yeah, okay. So, and you offer also the buyback guarantee, right? To the customers. So, how sustainable is it for you, or how the process works on your side for the buyback guarantee?
Well, again, this is very confidential between us and Mintos.
Yeah.
But then the high-level process is we have SPV overseas who actually do the buyback.
So you have another company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As a particular platform, you're not allowed to do the buyback ourselves, or even to guarantee the loans.
And so, and where is the company? Is it also in Indonesia? No, it's somewhere else, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And where is it registered? Can you say that or not?
Sorry, I cannot.
Okay.
I cannot disclose that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. But it's an interesting information.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we have a calculation about the buyback. I think how many you can, or how much percentage can be defaulted of the loans, right?
Yeah. Of course, all the default loans will be buyback.
Yeah. But how many loans can go default?
Okay. Yeah.
You can.
Well, again, if you look at the delinquency 90 days, that's when we start the buyback. It's around less than 10%.
Mm.
Yeah, less than 10% of the overall disbursed loan.
Mm. And maybe let's talk about the financial crisis. It could happen also here in Indonesia. What would happen with the buyback loans? So if the borrowers cannot pay back the loans, and you have to you have to continue offer the buyback to Mintos.
Yeah. Actually, company who do the buyback is insurance company, the credit default insurance.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the risks are borne by them.
So the borrower can take an insurance for the loan, or is
It's by default.
It's by default.
Is being insured.
Okay, so that means in the end the loan is a little bit more expensive for the customer?
Yes, yeah. Of course.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And can you say how much it costs per loan maybe? Is it only, I don't know, 1% or is it...
Premium?
Yeah.
The premium of the insurance, it's quite small. It's less than 1%. Yeah.
Less than 1%?
Yeah, it's quite small.
That's not so much, yeah.
Yeah, not so much. We have a very good deal with the insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you started in the end of 2017, is that right?
We did our first disbursement. It was all for the sake of test water by 2017, and we start actually disperse to real borrowers is after we have the after we registered under the Indonesia Financial Authority. Yeah, it's April 2018.
And at this day, is Kredit Pintar already profitable?
Well, profitable. I think so. Yeah, I think so.
You think so? So do we have some official information for like investor relations or some business reports or?
Yeah. Again, as a platform, we are only matching the lenders and borrowers, and we take fee-based income on them. Regarding the risk, default risk is all burdened by the lenders.
Okay.
And so there's we don't have actually any default risk on us. It's actually by the lenders, and and the lenders actually have an insurance to cover all the risk. So,
but the lenders, we are the lenders, right? From Mintos. That's what you mean?
well, actually, Mintos are the second layer
Yeah.
lenders. The first lender is not Mintos. It's this SPV, and this SPV sell the loan to Mintos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are, in general, you are also only a peer-to-peer platform like Mintos? It sounds like a little bit, because you say, no, we don't have any risk.
Well, as this company, yes. But then if you look at the bigger view of the groups, which is this entity, if we look this entity as owned by this group as well, then yes, we have both risks. But then as only Kredit Pintar itself doesn't have any risk for the default.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the future plans from your company. I saw the new sign in the front. It's Atomi, right?
Well, I think
a new brand.
We don't really want to publish about that yet, because probably we will do rebranding by October's. Yeah. We will have a new name, Atomi, and there's a story behind it. We started our business in Indonesia, and after few months, by September last year, we started our lending business in Philippines, and by March this year, we started our business in Vietnam, and by June we started in India, and we are turning from the local company to international company.
Okay.
And by having Kredit Pintar as our brand for international company, international products, I think it's very hard for other markets to recognize our brand. For example, in Philippines, they are very hard to pronounce Pintar, and they can pronounce credit but not Pintar. It's very hard for them.
Okay.
And it's very hard to recognize, also confuse them. So we want to find a very universal name, international name like Visa or Master, who can be easily recognized and remembered by our customers. And we come up with Atomi. Atomi means access to me.
Yeah.
So our loan is accessible to anyone. And the second story is, if you look at the biggest fintech company in the world, is Ant Financial. Ant Financial, Ant meaning small, and because they provide very small ticket size, small loans to everybody, and we want to compete with them. We are looking ourselves as an international company, and we want to provide even a smaller loan than them, and provide and give access even more people than them. So that's like a story behind our new brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. But please don't publish this brand yet, because we haven't officially announced or do the publication of this brand.
Okay, that's important because we record the video. So I have to cut it out, or you have to say to me when you are publishing this, because it's also important for me.
Probably around middle of October.
Okay, I think it will take some time to cut the video and so on.
Yeah.
So, and what are your do you have some other future plans? Maybe some new countries or something like this?
Yeah, we will.
India, I heard. Yes.
Yes, India. We started June this year, and we are still did bunch of experiment in other markets. Yes, we are planning to have more products variations. As of today, we have cash loan. We have installment loans. We also want to provide long-term loans. And also in the future, we also looking to do the virtual credit cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So virtual credit cards?
VCC, yeah. So everybody will have credit limits that they can use in any e-commerce websites or even offline without the physical credit cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I miss this very in Germany. In Germany, we have a lot of physical cards, but only less companies who offer a virtual card.
Right.
Even if you're traveling.
I believe in future we will have to carry our smartphones with all the cards in our smartphones.
It's really useful. Yeah.
And it can be used everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you when you expand in a new country, how you prove if it's good for you to expand in this country, or how you prove how new kind of loans you want to sell?
Yeah. First, I think we look at the whether the competition is still is already very high or still low. And second, we look at the default rate. Third is interest rate, the investing interest rate, and fourth is the fraud rate. How big is the fraud in that country? If we can see the balance between all those, then I think that's a very good chance for us to try.
Do you had some problems already if you try to establish a new product in a country and you failed with it, or until this point everything is fine?
Yeah, we fail every time.
You fail every time, okay.
But we embrace failure.
Yeah.
Right? We learn from that failure.
Yeah.
Yes, we did a bunch of testing in Asia and other markets. And we continue what works and stop what doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah. So that's all from my side. Maybe you want to have some words for the community in Germany?
Yeah. So I'm very thankful to all lenders in Germany, and we hope that you can thank you for the trust, and I hope you can also bring your friends, family, or introduce your friends, family about us. Also, if you want to visit our country, then feel free to come. Our office is very open to our lenders. They can actually see how the process works. We are very, very transparent. And thank you again. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thank you too.
Yeah.
Das war das Interview mit dem Kredit Pintar bzw. bald Atomi CEO. Fand ich ziemlich interessant. Schreibt mir mal bitte eure Meinung in die Kommentare, wie ihr das seht, ob euch das Interview und auch das Video vorher eher beängstigt oder bestärkt in eurem Investment. Ich war schon vorher Investor bei Kredit Pintar über Mintos. Der Anteil ist jetzt nicht sonderlich groß, aber ich werde auf jeden Fall auch investiert bleiben. Ich fand es total interessant, das alles mal zu sehen. Und ihr wisst ja, ich sitze da auf jeden Fall bei Mintos auch auf maximale Diversifikation und nehme eigentlich so ziemlich jeden Darlehensanbahner mit und bin damit auch in der Vergangenheit gut gefahren. Und selbst wenn mal einer ausfallen sollte, gut, dann ist das halt so. Aber ich denke, die Diversifikationsstrategie ist da auf jeden Fall die richtige. Ansonsten abonniert gerne den Kanal, wenn ihr weitere solcher Videos sehen wollt. Ich denke mal, es gibt noch den ein oder anderen Besuch in Zukunft bei Darlehensanbahner und natürlich auch wie immer bei den Plattformen selbst. Und damit wünsche ich dir ein schönes Wochenende und bis zum nächsten Mal.